Hey everyone, when it comes to Record Store Day and Record Store Day Black Friday, sometimes you can't always get what you want, but sometimes you can have some luck further down the road. Stick around and we'll dive in. Hey everyone, I want to talk a little bit about some successes that I've had with picking up releases from Record Store Day after the fact. So we've got Record Store Day Black Friday coming up, and I went back and checked a few items that I picked up from Record Store Day Black Friday in the past. However, with these three releases, none of them I bought on the actual days that they came out. For whatever reason, either at the time I just wasn't interested in it, maybe it was a little too expensive for me at that time, or just maybe I missed it completely. I decided, after the fact to get these. So I wanted to give you three examples of, just because there are flippers out there, it doesn't mean you have to pay flipper prices. And if you take a little time and you look for something, you might be able to get it after the fact. It doesn't go for everything. Obviously, there's certain titles that are just going to be a pain to get, low quantity, high demand, and with those, the market will bear whatever someone's willing to pay for it. So, when it came to, like, let's say in this past year with the drops, the Foo Fighters DG's album, obviously that thing never came down in price. People were flipping that, well into three figures pretty early, and it's just never come down ever since. But that doesn't go for everything, and I think, by and large, if you're willing to take a little time, wait certain things out, you can have some good successes. So here's a couple things that I found, and kind of the stories behind them. So this first one, it's Nirvana's Nevermind, the singles. This is a box set of four 10-inch singles. This came out in Record Store Day Black Friday 2011. I think when this came out at the time, my kids were really young. I didn't feel that this was something I needed to have, and it just, for the price, I didn't want to spend the money on it. You have things like diapers and formula and all that to buy, and you obviously have to put things like records and other fun things to the side sometimes. So at the time I didn't get it. I went looking for this about a year ago. So, we're talking nearly a decade later. I thought, let me keep an eye out for it. If it's something that I can come across somehow, I'll pick it up. So I was looking around on Discogs. I had it I think I had it in my wish list or want list for a while. And one popped up at a pretty good price. I bought it, and I was pleasantly surprised. So if you can see it on the back, there's actually a sticker on it, and I recognized the sticker right away. So at the time, this was selling for $55 when it came out, and this is actually the same label used at the record store that I was shopping at the time this came out, or at least one of their locations. So I bought this from somebody in the same state. I'm not sure which location he got it from, but apparently at the time paid $55 for it. I got this just for $5 more. Now, as of right now, this one is probably going to cost you a little bit more, probably around $85. But we're also looking at a huge surge in record buying in the last year, kind of in that COVID time frame, and the fact that this for a decade was pretty obtainable at or near the original price, even in used. And these things, pretty minty condition. They sound great. I believe they are black, but they cleaned up nice. They sound good, and overall, it was a good example of, you can wait for something, and it might be there. Now, obviously, times are in Times have changed a little bit in the last year, but I'm still pretty confident that if you're willing to wait something out, you might be able to get it after the fact. So the next one I want to show is MGMT's Time to Pretend EP. It was Glow in the Dark. This one came out for Record Store Day 2015. I don't know why I didn't buy this immediately. I remember it coming out, and I think around that time I was still kind of just getting into MGMT. I think I may have had this on CD at the time and just thought, well, I have it on CD. Do I really need it on vinyl? At some point after the fact, I decided, yes, I need to have this on vinyl. I think I was kind of filling out my collection. I had all their albums to that point. I had a few of the singles, EPs or something, and I just said, you know what, I really, this is the only one I'm missing on vinyl, so let me go back and get it. I don't remember what I paid for it, but it wasn't a whole lot of money. And I don't actually remember when I got it. I see that I had this into my Discogs account about 2 years after it came out. So either I had forgotten to enter it, shortly after I got it, or I actually bought this 2 to 3 years after it came out for Black Friday. It is a glow-in-the-dark pressing. Obviously, glow-in-the-dark albums are notorious with surface noise, but you can see it here. It looks nice. I've popped it under the light and gave it a little whirl to see if it does glow in the dark. It does. It was a cool pickup. From an investment standpoint, I don't really concern myself with the dollars and cents of things, if the value goes up. But, in terms of an investment, it did work out in my favor, because I think this is running $1.25 now on Discogs, and I didn't pay 3 figures for this, or even remotely close. I pretty much, when I bought it, was at list price, maybe even a little bit cheaper. So it definitely was a solid pickup for me. Whenever I did pick it up, as I said, I don't exactly remember when. I did get it after the fact, significantly later than that Black Friday, but it was one that worked out well for me. All right, and then the last one that I wanted to show is this box set from Soul Asylum, the Hibtone Years. It is 5 LPs. It's got 4 albums that were originally released, along with a bonus album called the Twin Tone Extras. I feel like when this came out at the time, I looked at it, and keep in mind these are 2018 prices at the time, but I looked at it and said, I don't want to spend $80 on a Soul Asylum box set. I kind of wanted it, but I'm like, maybe the price will come down at some point. And I remember going into some stores and seeing this just sitting there forever, and it sat there, and sticker went on it at a reduced price for 10% off. I'm like, I'm not ready to drop 10% less, and 15, and it never felt right. And about a year or so ago, I was scouting this one on Discogs, and I ended up paying $45 for it, which obviously was a huge savings from when it came out. It was really nice to help fill in my my Soul Asylum collection. 5 albums on black vinyl. Sounds really good. I looked again to see, what is this going for right now, and you can still get copies of this relatively cheap, $40 and up. It just didn't sell well. They didn't read the market right on this one, and for a fan of the band, that worked out well for me, because I was able to pick this up, and it was overall just a good pickup. Alright, so that's all for today. Let me know in the comments below if you've had some good success picking up an album, box set, single, whatever it might be, from either Record Store Day Black Friday or Record Store Day after the fact. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you soon. Take care.